Hey, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to Hero. So patch 2.50 and 2.51 has released alongside Pre-Time Skip Gaara, and they are doing some major shakeups this time around. It's too early to tell, but I think defense type might finally be fighting the attack types again for the top spot. As usual, range and healer are the little homies, but of how things are looking right now, heal type might actually be trying to steal the worst type title from range types. But enough rambling, let's run the intro and then get into these changes. So first and foremost, I want to start off with my favorite change of the patch, which wasn't even mentioned inside of the patch notes. Sharingan went from 17 seconds to 19 seconds. Shoo, we'll take those. We will take those. And that's just the start of the necessary balances for the attack types. So let me cover these quickly. Almighty Push is now 17 seconds and the substitution ceiling effect has been reduced. Reverse Scale, or Imperial Wrath as us OGs call it, went from 15 seconds to 14 seconds. But it no longer has invincibility and instead has been swapped out for super armor. And it no longer takes away your substitution. Instead, it will just seal your sub for about 5 to 6 seconds. That's about it for the nerfs for the Craigs. The rest are buffs, starting with the lightning style Lariat, which has a short range but significantly faster when casting. Halo Dance received a shorter cooltime, and they fixed it so that all the follow attacks hit more consistently. Both Tailbreaker and Crossliner have received shorter cooltimes, and finally, Kakashi's long-range Kamui charges faster and they sped up the cinematic attack so that it comes out faster. Moving on, range types got some minor changes. Both Chidori and Ink Lions are now 10 seconds. Next, they sped up the activation speed of Icicle Swallow, making it a better counter tool. You can still get caught if you're too slow to react, but it gives you a little bit more room to react nonetheless. There is only one nerf to range type, which is Angelic Advent. It went from 12 seconds to 16 seconds on cooltime. However, they did improve the animation speed of the ninjutsu. Also, you stay invisible for about 15 seconds while Advent is 16 seconds. So you'll be invisible for most of the charge speed of this ninjutsu, or you can charge it yourself and cycle the medicine like normal. Defense types also didn't have much this patch, but what they do have is insane. Starting off slowly, which is crazy to say, but they buffed both Minato's jutsu. Firstly, so Celestial Type 0 is considered a buff, but can also be considered a nerf depending on how you look at it. But they sped up the entire attack, and you recover out of it a lot faster, allowing you to combo more fluidly. The catch is because it is faster, enemies aren't getting locked down as long. Guiding Thunder, which was already the top 2 best defense type moves in a game, went from 20 seconds to 15 seconds, bruh. Yeah, this change is crazy. And we'll have to see how competitive players adjust to this. For casuals though, I don't think they'll see the value in it too much because, you know, it's kind of one of those moves where you got to be more team oriented. However, this move is kind of broken now. Sharp Bomb casts faster and has better tracking, so you'll definitely get smacked in the back of the head with this if you don't see it coming. It is dodgeable though, and probably the biggest change for defense types is Kamui. Now it stays active and doesn't get cancelled after you're attacking, and it restocks ninja tools, bro. Yeah, that's hella crazy. This move now allows defense types to do some nasty things, giving them, you know, argument for claiming the best type in the game. That aside, it's time for the heal types, which is the most controversial decision of this entire update. They just started nerfing them unprovoked, which is kind of crazy, but I kind of see their vision. You know, they want to promote diversity, but even though I see the vision, I can't say I agree with it. Regardless, let's talk about it. First, they nerfed heal tags, not by much, but you can definitely see the difference. Next, they nerfed Extraction, Mind Transmission, Palm Sage, and even Inoki super lightweighted boulder. When I tell you they wanted to emphasize diversity, they went straight for the top 5 used jutsu on the heal type list, and they slayed over half of them. Funny enough though, they did buff Yasuke Beads, giving it a majestic fireball-like tracking. Also, using it point blank is much better now. Moving on to some of the other buffs for heal types, it seems they want them to be more offensive, as not only did they give Yasuke Beads a buff, but they touched all the ground pound moves, receiving even faster attack speed and better tracking, including the 100 healing secret technique second activation part. These moves are much more deadly now in combos, and it'll be interesting to see if they're going to be used more. I'm talking about Crimson Drizzle, Cherry Blossom Clash, and Heavenly Foot of Pain. Next, they buffed both base game healing moves that were non-existent. Palm Sage, now it has better heals, and Green Ring Ground Hold is now 13 seconds instead of 16 seconds. And it has crazy good healing too. It doesn't stay on the field as long as it was before because the cooltime is now 13 seconds, but it's a lot better than it was before regardless. I still think it'll be a niche jutsu unless you're in a coordinated team, but it does give you cooltime healing and ninjutsu resistance, so being in that circle is pretty solid. Lastly, let's talk some miscellaneous changes. First, they nerfed Shadow Clone Explosion range, making it a lot easier to dodge. They added attack power boost to Super Tough Medicine, but they reduced its healing, the ninjutsu cooltime on its effect, which isn't too bad, but I mean, we'll see how it works. And then lastly, they put the stock and timer of the ninja tools in the end, so you can actually see all of the times of how fast they recharge, and then how many you get of each ninja tool, making it a lot user friendly. So yeah, not bad quality of life changes. Overall, it's an interesting patch, and if I discover anything else, I'll let you guys know and fill you guys in. So make sure you guys are subbed to the channel so you don't miss out. All right, I'm gone.